Did you already?
I'm recording now, but
Did you already do the hard drive? Did you already
yeah.
preset it up?
Yep.
Okay.
This is the new one.
Oh, okay. Did you format it? That's I guess the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Of course you did. So, but all right. Well, the main thing is just talking about how you guys moved here and why you picked it and everything like that. So, my intention is to try to get past clients in and just talk about their experience moving here, why they moved here, and all these things. So, there's a kind of thing. What's nice about this format is you can just talk like we're at the restaurant having a beer. I do have whiskey in there if you guys need a whiskey. So,
A little early.
I have some beers that are expired. So those are really good. It kind of gets your juices flowing. We bought them at the we bought those at the brewery last year,
And we forgot.
and we looked at them and we're like, oh, that's like 6 months past due. It's expired. I was like, well, it probably still tastes good. He's like, I ain't drinking that. It depends on how many drinks down we are. So, but so this is stuff you can put on your Facebook and anything you want to for you telling your experience if you want to, or if you guys want to be incognito and you don't want people to know your names, or doesn't matter.
I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
Got nothing to hide.
I have nothing. Yep, we have nothing to hide.
So, well, and what's nice is we can edit anything you want out, and we can talk freely, and anything's editable. We can cut anything, so it doesn't matter. So if you start talking about somebody's cat or something, we don't have to look it out there. Oh, you know what? Mine's not.
Is it what?
Is it on mute?
Yeah, I turned it down.
I got to clip mine on because it buzzed right in the middle last one we did.
I left it over there, so it wouldn't be.
And it won't matter. So, you're good, Mars? Is it just me, or am I echoing in that? I'm not echoing. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, so, welcome to our studio.
Thanks for
Miss
having
Gracie.
us.
So we have Melanie and Jeff McCabe.
Yes,
Is this the way to say it?
McCabe.
McCabe. So, our newest residents, and you're not full-time residents yet in Florida,
yet.
but you're going to be there soon. So, so how'd you guys find me? So I got to be the realtor. I was very fortunate, and we met through my wife, but I'm not sure why it come any more than that. So why'd you guys decide to move here?
Well, since I'm friends with your wife and friends on Facebook, I would message her one day and I said, hey, I think we're thinking about buying a house in Florida. We don't know what part of Florida, kind of thinking the Sarasota area. And I hadn't met you yet because I hadn't seen Laura for years, since high school. And she said, well, my husband Dan's a realtor. I was like, no way. And she said, yeah. I said, I'll hook you up. And I said, that's great.
Nice.
So then we got together and just started looking for places.
Yeah, we looked at quite a few, didn't we? Because why Sarasota though? What made it Sarasota? I mean, is it because you've been seeing other people in Sarasota, or you do your research on a lot of things because you own your own business.
Yes,
you own an insurance company, and so you are attention to detail. So did you look all over Florida, or what brought you to Sarasota?
Because I know the further south you go, the warmer it is in the winter. So I knew I didn't want to be in the Panhandle, but I wanted to be on the Gulf Coast because of the beautiful clear water.
Right.
And I'm a fanatic about clear water and palm trees. So I knew somewhere in this area, and I'd never even heard of Venice before we looked for this. So I just said somewhere in this area here I wanted to be at.
And was your intention you just bought an investment property, correct? I mean, is that all it is now, or just a place to come to for now? Because you're still running your business and and up north right now, and from Ohio, right?
Yes.
What part of Ohio?
Washington Courthouse, Ohio.
Well, I don't know where that's at.
A lot of people don't.
45 minutes south of Columbus and an hour north of Cincinnati.
Nice. Probably most people that will see this will know that more than me because we have so many people move from up north. So it's pretty crazy that we got to meet. But and you've been really great. I mean, you referred me to several of your friends, and they're all like, "Well, now you're there. We're coming too." So so we're in the search for some people too. But so what was your biggest factor about you said you just want to get out of the weather and get into nice weather? What was the biggest factor to make you come to Florida, as opposed to Texas?
Well,
they have water there too.
They do?
No, okay.
Texas is a little further away from Ohio.
Right.
We have the ability to drive here if we need to, which we have a couple of times, or fly. It's just, and then I don't know, Florida's beautiful.
Right.
I mean, I've always loved Florida. The Gulf Coast is the best to me. I've been all over Florida, traveled many different places, and I love it here.
You know, it was great when we finally found the property that fit for you, and then a year later, hurricanes come through.
Yeah.
So you must have been freaking out. I mean, you just
I
bought this
was.
property. It's sitting down there empty, and there's a big. You just watch on the Weather Channel that the storm's coming. The storm's coming. It's going to hit south. It's going to hit north, and it hit just south of you. Actually,
Yes.
close. I mean, you were
Yeah.
only 50 miles away from the eye there.
We were in the eye wall
Yeah.
that hit us. Yeah.
Wow.
We had 150-mile-an-hour winds, but we were blessed that our house was not destroyed. We
Yeah.
had damage. Carport's gone. Still waiting to get a carport put up. We had roof damage.
Your neighbor lost everything. In
My
their
neighbor
house.
lost their entire house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the place that your neighborhood's in, I would say about a third of those homes got destroyed.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And you guys, you're probably about, I don't know, 10 minutes from Venice Beach.
Oh, 7 minutes.
7
I've
minutes.
got it down.
You got it down. The 3 back roads, you got it covered,
yeah,
right?
I got it covered.
So what do you like about Venice? I mean, because, you got all Sarasota County, and Venice is in Sarasota County. It's a city. Then you got Northport. But the more you come down and visit, I know you're trying to come down every 3 or 4 months, but every time I look on your Facebook and everything, you have beautiful pictures. You're always talking about the places you go on, the different restaurants you go. So, what makes Venice better maybe than the city of Sarasota or maybe Bradenton? I know you really like Venice.
Yes, I do. I love it. I love it better than my hometown back in Ohio. The downtown area is what got me because it's a small hometown feel without being in a big city.
Right.
But I have all the amenities that I need in Venice because you've got Lowe's, you got Home Depot, you got Walmart, you got everything you need without having to come to Sarasota for those items. But yet the downtown is small, and it feels like home. It feels
Right.
comfortable. I love it there.
Not
It's
hustle and bustle.
beautiful. It's a beautiful downtown.
Less
area.
touristy feeling, kind of,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and no touristy feel. Yeah, I love it.
Yep. And now you have a dog too.
Yes.
And you have a dog beach. Have you guys been to the dog
Yes.
beach yet?
Yes, we
Oh,
have.
you have?
Yes,
It's
we
crazy.
have.
Dogs will just run around the beach whenever
Yep.
they want,
Jeez.
So you have to watch out for big dogs, but
Yep.
it's fun there. So you actually have friends coming down, but now going back to the hurricane, you guys lost your carport, damaged your car,
Brand new car.
brand
yes.
new car they just got and stuff. And then I tell you, when I went down, and I actually put pictures of this because the next day you're like, Dan, can we get down there and look at these things? And it was crazy how bad it was down there. So very, very fortunate that turned out as well as it did. So what's your plans to is your a permanent move here probably in the next 10 years, or is it, you're not quite sure yet?
Not quite sure. We'll definitely be snowbirds. We're going to retire here in a couple of years, so
And you just,
then
you
we'll
can
be
go back
down
and
here
forth.
all winter. Yeah, because I still like my house in Ohio.
Yeah, well, you have a newer house up
Yes.
north. You're only about 2 or 3 years old, right? Or
Yes.
maybe 5?
It's about 5 years old.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
You got some acreage, and you got that big your big garage, right? Your place to
My
stay.
home, yeah.
Your home. Where's that? Out in the garage.
Yeah.
That's good. So is there any advice for people that are looking to move that like some of the things you had to go through to make the move here? Is there anything that you advise that surprised you on the move here?
It depends on if they're looking for a house or a mobile home, because we're in a mobile home park.
Right.
One tip that I've been telling a lot of people: if you're online looking for a house yourself, a mobile home particularly,
Right.
make sure and see if you're paying lot rent or if you own a share.
Okay.
So we own a share.
Okay.
So I would never do lot rent. It's so expensive. I know one park is like $1,200 a month. So that's crazy when you can buy in. We're in Venice Isles,
Right.
which is one of the top 5 in the state of Florida.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
And I should know, but wow, top 5. I mean, it's a large park too. And
it
you
is
guys got a
large.
couple pools, and but your access is so close to the beaches. I mean, you can go to Nokomis Beach over there, or the Venice Beach, all within 15 minutes. Both of them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Actually, you guys just went to the beach, I think, with my wife
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes,
to enjoy
I did.
it. I heard there was some seaweed there, though.
Yeah, a little bit,
Little
but
stinky
it doesn't
seaweed.
deter me. I love the beach so much, and kind of going back to the hurricane.
Yeah.
Someone asked me, "Do you regret buying a house in Florida after the hurricane hit?" I said, "Absolutely not."
Right.
I said, "I'd do it again."
Right.
Because I love it so much here. I mean, it's no different. In Ohio, we have tornadoes. Of course, I know there's some tornadoes that's been down in this area, down
Yeah,
in
water
Florida.
spouts.
But
Yep.
it's not going to deter you from okay, my hometown in Ohio is Washington Courthouse. If a tornado hit there, I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to live here anymore.
Right. You can't live in the
So,
fear of
yeah.
of the things. I mean, you've already made some great friends here, and I love your golf cart. That thing's like amazing.
It's a bomb.
It's just better than most cars. You know, those things.
And it's a Buckeye golf
Yeah,
cart.
well, and I mean, not everything's perfect, but
OH.
well, you probably have a lot. I know a lot of people watch this because we do have a lot of people coming from Ohio down here, and they do the same thing though. They don't always sell up there. They keep that, during the summertime, and then they come down here in the wintertime, and we have quite a few people. And then some people go half back. You know, when they get up in Tennessee, and they say that's too hot. They go halfway back. So, but yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing experience. I mean, and for me, like to meet new people all the time, and then you guys are constantly meeting. You know, like, oh yeah, we got a friend here, and we got a friend here, and now you're probably going to have 3 or 4 people living in your park before we know it. Next 3 years, because they all want to be down here with you guys. You know, enjoy the fun. I mean, I know you love the sun. And you look like you love the sun.
Yeah. I got a little bit of it yesterday.
Yeah. Did you go to the beach yesterday with them?
No, we hit the pool after they got back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Still recouping from that knee.
Yeah. I don't like limping down the beach.
Been limping down the beach. Now you're close to retirement too, aren't you?
A couple of years.
A couple years.
Yeah.
Not in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on that knee, huh?
Yeah.
Take up soccer or something.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton. I mean, I just think just come down. And I appreciate you guys working with me, and trails are a new experience because again, you have to know a lot of things because if you get caught in a lot rent of $1,200, somebody might look at a house like, oh, those are amazing. They're only $25,000. Well, you don't know that costs you $2,000 a month to live there.
Exactly. So
Watch your HOAs.
that's what I've told people. I said, if you see a house that's listed for $30,000-$40,000, you're paying lot rent. You're not going to get a house that cheap,
Right.
and you're going to be paying more with lot rent than what you would, with a mortgage or
Right.
a payment or whatever. So.
And it might be built in 1941 too. So, if not, you got more updates and everything like that. And I know you guys are constantly working on your place. And how long? So that's the other thing. How long is it taking to get things repaired? I mean, right now it takes a while to get things in Florida repaired.
Yeah, we got on the list pretty quickly. It's just the materials for the carport's what they're waiting on to get our carport done. So we've had our roof on for about a month and a half, 2 months, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's behind us, but we still have just a few little small things. We got our Florida room all nice after, the hurricane kind of made it a mess a little bit. So, but it looks beautiful. So, like I said, I wouldn't change anything. I would never, wish I'd never bought a house down here.
Well, and you didn't have to spend $500,000 to have a place down here, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I thought it was a pretty unique situation because you knew it wasn't your forever home. You know, it's a place I can come and go as I want to. I'm not going to break the bank, and then and the location is so good. With that park being so big, I mean, it really keeps your fees down too, I would think, because everybody's pitching in. And, I think that people have to realize that if you're coming down here, you can still find something reasonable. You just have to take your time and look in the neighborhoods. Because we actually looked a little more north for one of yours, and it was kind of real close to the interstate, and you could hear everything. And I'm just glad we had, we spent some time looking, but once you kind of find the area you want to be in, and I think that was the biggest thing when we talked is, let's figure out your plan. I want this, and I want this, and I want to be able to do this, right? So here's my budget, and then we just had to figure it out, right? So I had somebody call me a couple weeks ago and like, hey, I know you told me there's nothing close to the water for $400 in a house, but I found a place for $400 with a pool, and it says only 5 minutes to the beach. And I said, well, let's go drive that neighborhood first. And they go, oh. And then we get in the car and go there, and they're like, oh, no wonder it's $400 because, as realtors, we can't talk about crime or religion and race and all that stuff because, we have to code of ethics. But when people see things online and they haven't been in that town, like if I was moving to your town, I might say, hey, look, there's an amazing deal. It's $100,000. Like, well, there's a reason it's $100,000, Dan, because, we paid $400 and $500 for ours. And, I want what you have. You're not getting it for $100, and that's the same thing moving down here. You said, Dan, I have a budget and this is where I want to be. And we're going to have to make it work. And as long as you're patient, it can be found, and realistic on your terms, but your place is awesome. And it's, it's wider. You just had the repairs done, so it's even newer than you expected. I mean, some forced repairs. Yeah. I think when you first bought it, you had to do some work on the floor and stuff.
Yes.
But you took a factor. You got the home inspection, and now there's still. I mean, it's been a year now, or
2 years.
2 years. So 2 years, and we had a hurricane go through that area, take out a third of them, and a friend of yours wanted to buy a place. We just put an offer in. We showed up. You came with me, and we looked at it one day. There's 3 or 4 realtors there. You know, it came on market. It's been a market day and a half, and we thought it was a good value because it already had a new roof. It had a new AC. It was a good shape. It was a little bit smaller, new floors. And we put an offer in. They wanted 150. Put an offer in at 152 with a $2,000 over anybody else, accelerate over anybody else's price up to 160, and we didn't get the property. So values are still going up here in Florida. Everybody's like, oh, it's dying, it's dropping. It's not, though. And especially if you're finding something under $300,000, it's very nice. They're going to go. You know, it's going to go. So I think that people have to realize that it's, you know, it's not dying like people think it is.
Yeah. And another thing I was thinking about is, you know, my friends, we were talking about looking for them a house, and, you know, they're not 55 yet, but you can still buy in the park and not be 55. You just can't live there.
Can't live there, right?
So that's another thing for, you know, our viewers is, you know, you can still buy here. So.
Well, and in your park, I believe I read in the bylaws it's a 3-month minimum or 1 month. I think it's 1 month minimum. You can do 1 month rentals in there. So if you say I was 53 and I want to kind of still catch that value now, I could buy it, rent it out, you know, monthly or buy, you know, whenever until I turn 55.
Yes.
And then, but it's you buy today's prices as opposed to 2-3 years from now because your price has already gone up. I mean, for what you guys paid for your place, it's worth 50 grand more than you bought it in 2 years.
That or more.
Yeah. Plus the work you've done, and you put a lot of new stuff in it, so that's even nicer. So, and the park looks great, by the way, compared to even, you know, in the cleanup. I was surprised when I went over there this week. I was like, wow, it looks like, I mean, it still looks like something happened there. There's no doubt because you see the empty lots and some houses still destroyed, but they've really did a good job cleaning up.
Yeah, they did.
So
it's a beautiful park. It really is.
And I think that's another thing that people have to look at is when things like that happen, and this will go kind of past what your property did, but we noticed also in a rider when we went to purchase a property, which we did not get with the other clients, that they're charging for the damage from the hurricane assessments. And that's actually going to happen with condos too. So if you guys know anybody looking at condos, we have to worry about assessments because of the hurricane with the collapse in Miami. That now there's a law that all condos 3 stories and higher have to be reevaluated and reinspected, and any costs that come up are going to be passed on to the homeowners. And we know somebody just over in Golden Gate just got assessed $30,000 per person.
Wow.
And that's, you got to pay it, you know. I mean, you don't have a choice because it's neglect, you know. So that's coming up. But, you know, the weather, you're here for the weather, you know, here to get away. And I like to say you turn your brain off, but I just saw you working while you were here. So you're not really turning your brain off like you're supposed to. But I think I do the same thing. And he's forced to take it off because, you know, he had surgery in his kickball leg. So, but you're probably still taking calls.
I'm a couch potato for 2 more months.
You got to love that. So when are you guys going back?
Unfortunately, Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
Yeah.
So this is a short trip, like a week?
We were here for a little over a week.
Week.
Yeah, but we come down whenever we get time. So, you know, sometimes sporadic and.
Her daughter's coming tomorrow with her friends. So.
Tonight.
Oh, come tonight.
Yeah,
Come to borrow the place. They're going to stay
They're gonna
longer.
stay
Are they going to stay longer than you guys?
No,
they're
they're staying until Sunday.
So it's going to be daiquiri deck. It's going to be
Pops
over on the Sunset Grill on the water.
Nokamos.
So you know, this time of year, it's maybe Can you still? Is there still a waiting list to get into these places? I mean,
sometimes, yeah.
I mean,
we went
I know
to
Pops
Sharky's. Yeah, Sharky's last night. We had to wait a little bit to get in there.
Really, and it was a Monday. Tuesday. Well, today's Wednesday. So on a Tuesday, you know, past Easter, because normally the snowbirds, they say everybody goes back after Easter. But we're coming up on Mother's Day, so that's going to be the true test. A lot of people go back. But now, some of the other things that are affecting us is, you know, interest rates and stuff like that. But if you come in with enough money down, you can get it figured out. Did you have a problem with financing the trailer?
No, I paid for most of it, and then we did a small
thing.
Small equity
I think your other
loan.
friends are cash too, so
Yeah.
if you have cash, we can help you find it too. But
The other thing, since I'm an insurance agent, is insurance too here in Florida, so that's another factor.
So what's the biggest hurdle you have in insurance with the mobile home?
The biggest hurdle I had in the beginning was trying to get a field adjuster out to our house. I mean, it all depends on who your adjuster is. It's not so to say the company itself; it's the people working for the company.
Because are they contracted out, kind of?
The field adjusters are.
Right.
Sometimes some of them are, some of them aren't. But when you have a catastrophe like this, they will hire other people that are subcontracted out.
Right.
So, but just getting
But when you purchased, you had a problem. They had whoever your insurance company was couldn't get somebody here on schedule.
Yeah, Citizens is one we have, and that's what a lot of people have is Citizens Insurance. So it's a state-owned company.
Right.
So they, they'll just like any other company, you've got to fix, you need a new hot water heater. Okay, so we put one of those in. You know,
Right.
just things to make you qualify since it's an older home too. But, when we were talking about the assessment fees, a lot of people don't know that your insurance company, if that's on your policy, they'll pay for that. So I went ahead and paid my assessment fees up front instead of having it coming out every quarter.
Right.
And then I sent the receipt in to my adjuster, and they're going to reimburse me. So I get up to $1,000 back. So if that's in your policy, you can get that money back.
So if I was buying a home, well,
This would be for someone that's already
has their home.
Yeah,
Because if
and
you're
yeah.
looking to purchase a home, I mean, if they were looking to say buy a mobile home here, what would they look for in insurance? Since you have a little bit of taste. I mean, I know you don't do a lot of insurance here.
Yeah.
But is there something? I mean, in the policy, I know my wife calls you all the time. Like, should I got this done or should I get done if I hit a rock in the road or if I hit a piece of tire in the road? What's the difference? And so she's always blowing you up about stuff like that. But if I was going to buy a trailer today, what should I look for in the insurance?
It's really hard to find insurance for an older mobile home, so there's only certain companies that will take you. Citizens is one of the companies that will take just about anyone.
Okay.
So as long as you qualify with, like the hot water heater, and I know a lot of companies are making, and now not on a mobile home, but I know with other homes, your roof has to be within 10 years old.
Yeah.
In the state of Florida. So a lot of different rules here versus Ohio, so I don't know all of them, but
Right.
I know what I dealt with our claim. And once I got a field adjuster out here, I mean, I got a really good adjuster, and things went very smoothly. I had my check within a week. So
Good. Well, we know if somebody needs insurance, we'll just send them to you.
there you go.
You're going to get your license in Florida?
I already have my license in Florida, but Allstate will not let me sell here since we're not bordered with the state of Florida.
Oh,
So
okay.
Ohio's just a little bit of distance there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And you can't really go to another company to make sure it works. I mean, you're
No.
kind of, you've been there forever, right?
Yeah, so I went ahead and got my license here. It's not much to get a license here.
So when you retire, they'll just open a new business here.
No.
You're done, right?
I just want to have it just in case something comes up, so I need
Okay.
it. So
Well, any last things that you want to throw out there that you got to be quiet over there? I didn't hit you too hard with it, so
The HOA fees, I'd
Yeah.
bring that up. Watch
Yeah.
those. What it includes. Like with ours, it's not really high at all. Went up a little bit because of the hurricane, but just watch that. That can really add up to a lot of money.
yeah. I think as we looked at other parks, you kind of, and especially like you said, the mobile home parks, all of them are different, right? You either have co-op or not co-op. I know my mom lives in one, but their fees are higher, right? They have like 200 something a month, where you guys are less than
170.
170.
now.
So and it can vary. So
Well, ours is 170 a month, and then we pay it quarterly.
right now, you guys gated there? It's not-
Yes.
it is gated,
Yes.
right? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but our HOAs, just see what they cover. I mean, ours covers the mowing, which we don't have anything to mow. We put a patio out back,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we got rid of the weeds. There's no grass around here. It's
But
weeds.
it makes the park look nice when
It
it's
does.
all done, and somebody's not pulling up their share,
yeah,
With trash and cables too. Those are
Trash,
included.
cable,
Yeah,
cables in
trash.
there.
Yeah.
cable, and now they're going to include the internet. With
Okay.
that as well, which is huge because that's over $50 a month.
Especially because you only, you're down here smaller times. You're not here full time, so you don't have to want to turn it on, turn it off, or
yeah,
worry about saving that. So, and I know the restaurants are popular. You guys have different places. You already probably developed your favorites.
oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, I like the atmosphere, and a lot of places to go eat. I like to be on the water, and I love the sunsets.
now you have food allergies. So is there a couple places you love? Because people always have those questions. There's a couple places you like that can accommodate your eating.
Most of them do, and they have a gluten-free menu. So we were at Sharky's last night, and and he said, "Hey, she's got a gluten allergy," so he went and got me the menu. We've eaten there many times, so I know
already have it
I
down.
already know what to eat. So, if you're new to having a gluten allergy, definitely get the menu. But I know what things, and just ask questions. But most places can accommodate with something. So Captain Kurt's is probably the hardest place for me to eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because believe it or not, I'm not a seafood eater.
No, you come to Florida, but
So, yeah, I come to Florida, and I'm not a seafood eater. So, and most of it's sandwiches. So,
they have a great
just-
atmosphere.
Y'all,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they have that new
and good
tiki,
drinks.
tiki hut, right? They
Yeah,
have like a new
yeah.
tiki bar
I
out
love
there.
Captain Kurt's.
Yeah. And we love Daiquiri Deck too. So,
And then you go to the one in Venice most of the time.
yeah.
Yeah, because they have a nice patio. All of them have nice patios. Those guys do a good job. I think they have 5 or 6 places now. So
Yeah, there's several, 2 in Siesta Key,
yep,
which, we're not very far from Siesta Key. So,
that's true too. If
That's
you want to kind of
another-
get up in the touristy thing and just have get in, I say the limelight because like everybody goes to Siesta, but it's so hard to park there.
Yes.
But even from where you're at, you have Venice Beach, you have Nokomis Beach, you have all those really nice. It's really nice drive. You ever go down Casey Key? Oh, those homes start at like I don't know $3 million or something. It's amazing to drive that route up there. And then have you been to the that Sunset Grill that the Evie's guys own, overlooking the water in Nokomis?
yes,
Yeah, they have like the sunset. Oh, they have this bar that overlooks the water there.
Nokomis Sunset Grill.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Is it Evie's
Sunset
too on there?
Hut. Yeah.
I think it's
It's right
attached to Evie's
along
guys.
Tamiami Trail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we
That's
go there. That's
beautiful
one
there.
of my favorites.
Yeah, they do a good job there. And then Mad Mo's. It's right there in Nokomis.
Not been to Mad.
You haven't been to Mad Mo's?
No.
Well, we're going
have
to
to
go
go
lunch
there.
at Mad Mo's.
There you go.
That's
There
another
you
reason to
go.
go out.
Don't forget the shark teeth.
The shark tooth. Yeah, the shark teeth.
Venice is the shark tooth capital of the world.
Yeah.
so-
Have you found any?
Oh, we've got about 400
Are
probably.
you serious?
Oh,
Easy
yeah.
fun.
I mean,
Oh,
you just find them in the sand?
Yeah, we got the Florida snow shovel.
You don't go to the store and buy them, right? You just find them there.
No, we find them.
That's crazy. You
Yeah.
still find them there. I mean,
Hmm.
how they keep producing them, you know? You go swimming there?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of sharks there, right?
These are sharks have died many years ago.
Yeah.
So I did some research and found out they're 30 feet deep in the ocean floor. So you
Wow.
keep digging, yeah. So we don't find the Magdalons, the big ones, because you got to go out about 15 miles out in the water. I've heard to find.
It's funny
those,
that they're known for that. They're known for that, and it's been like I've been here 30 years, and they've been talking about it since then. So it's just like ongoing. I feel like maybe somebody's out there in a boat somewhere, just like flipping them over the side or something. But everybody talks about it, right? They have the Shark Tooth Festival here.
Yeah.
That's a big event downtown, and they've really fixed up that downtown. I'm definitely gonna put some pictures on it because from years ago. It was kind of a little older and run down, but they've really facelifted it. The
Oh, it's
roads, it's like
beautiful.
the whole
Yeah.
area is like a park.
Yeah.
And then you can go all the way down with those big oak trees going all the way right down to Venice Beach.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
That's nice. Have you been over that crow's nest out there?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've been there once. Yeah. And then there's sunset cruises you can take off out of the South Jetty.
Okay.
So I've done that on a sailboat. That was really nice.
Oh, it's on a sailboat there.
Mhm.
Okay, I
That's
didn't
pretty
know
cool.
that. I've been here 30 years. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I learned that from I got to learn Venice from you guys.
Yeah.
So I've sold a lot of homes there, but I don't get to play there as much as.
But there's a lot in the downtown area. A lot of times in the evenings, like Friday nights, or they'll have live music in the gazebo, and it's just got a great atmosphere and a great feel when you're walking down the street.
It has a hometown feel. But definitely, like if you go to downtown Sarasota, you feel like you're in it. It's not like Tampa or Orlando, but you feel more metropolitan kind of style there. And they have some cool restaurants there, but the vibe is totally different. The Marina Jacks is wonderful. And which is nice is you guys are only, 20 minutes, probably 25 minutes from your place to get there if you want to go to,
Yeah.
Marina Jacks and all that. But then you go down to Venice and it feels like you just slowed down. And I'm not, and it used to be kind of sleepy, but it's not like that anymore. I mean, you go on a Saturday, it's going on, there's flea markets, there's all kinds of stuff going on. But you definitely feel like that hometown feel, So
That's what
it's
I
cool.
like about. That's what brought me, and plus I love the house. That was the nicest park and the nicest house that we found, and then downtown Venice just tied
It's
the
right
deal.
there.
Oh yeah,
Well, and they got all the construction is kind of done there too. I mean,
Yeah, it's all done.
you lived in you bought the house and then boom, they're ripping the roads up. And you've been in construction for the past 2 years, but it seems to work really smooth there now.
but we're close to everything. I mean, you can get to any beach that we want to go to within 20-25 minutes. That's including Siesta Key Beach, clear down to Minnesota Key Beach, which is an awesome beach as well. We find a lot of shark teeth there as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And it's don't pass down, and that's what's nice about you. You're kind of in the middle, right? You
Yeah.
can go south and explore as much as you want, go north, and if you say, "Hey, we're going to go to Tampa for a show or something," you know you're an hour away.
Yeah.
So, and do you normally fly into Sarasota, or do you normally fly into Tampa?
Sarasota.
Sarasota. So
We've
it's
flown into Tampa once or twice.
pretty convenient with Sarasota.
Sarasota's better.
You're getting
yeah.
like direct flights from your area.
Yeah, we fly Southwest.
Come straight in.
Yeah, we can get some direct flights. So, and it's only 25, 30 minutes from our house to the airport.
That's awesome.
So, it's not a problem at all.
That's great. Well, I really appreciate you guys letting me help you. I mean, it was
Yeah.
amazing, and
Pick a good realtor if you're all coming down.
Yes, he's very good. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think the biggest thing that I try to pride myself on is, let's just figure out your plan and let's just spend the time to take it, get there. I know a lot of realtors and sometimes people get caught up in, the paycheck and stuff, but it's really about the experience and what you're trying to do, right? You're like, I just need help getting to this level. Who can get me there quicker, right? So if you can find the right person. And we have a lot of great realtors in our team here, but there's great realtors everywhere. As long as they're willing to listen to you and take your needs in line, they're going to do a good job. So, but any last words? Nothing
Just
really.
Come to Florida and check out Venice.
Yeah,
You won't regret it.
we need somebody to sit on the beach with and have a cocktail with, right?
There you go. There you go. I need more friends in Florida. So
Yes.
come on down.
Well, we're happy you're here, and I appreciate you giving me some time. And we're friends, so try to make it informal as possible, and that's why we did the podcast. So we can't wait to have you on for some other good stories that you got. I'm sure you're always gonna have something for us.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, thanks for so much for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Awesome. That's a take.
That's a take.
So it's much easier to do it that way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And just sit and chat. And then what'll happen is you'll sit there with a cocktail like, I should have told him about this. I should have said that.
It's in the beach. That's the Shark-Tooth capital. Or the,
Casperson.
Yeah,
Casperson.
I wasn't going to
Casperson.
ask on tape. So.
No, you can, but the thing is, that's what's neat. You can talk about anything here, and
then
we
he can edit it
anything
out.
out.
Yeah.
It's all on a drive over there. So we just go to the drive and just clip everything out that we want to clip out. Like you take an hour talk, and we clip it down to like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We pull the high points and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, because nobody wants to sit there and watch something for an hour. I'd be like,
Well, we'll hit the high points and
Yeah.
talk about it, and then we can turn to small clips, and I'll send you some stuff so you can play with it if you want. And
yeah, I'll put it on Facebook. I'll put it on Facebook.
Say now I'm a movie star, and I moved to Florida and became a movie star. I'm only 3 hours from Hollywood.
There you go. Not the Hollywood you're thinking, but Hollywood.
Yes. So what's going on with the knee? I mean, is that going to be? Is it just let it rest and you're good to go, or you got to go back? Do you have to go back and they do more
I do
checkups on it?
therapy twice a week. Well, not this week, but I mean Monday and Thursday next week.
In at home?
At home, and they stretch and beat on it, and oh my god! But yeah, it's always better. That day you're sore, but the next day it's always better. You always got more movement. So
We were talking right after you had it. You said it was when they pain medicine wore off. You were like,
it hurts like heck.
and they don't want to give you enough medicine to get addicted. So
Yeah, and I understand that. Sometimes you just got to man it up. But people that have them, they say they love them. Once all the therapy's done.
right.
I think he's done really well. His foot's been swelling from walking too
Well, I
much.
didn't realize it was so early when he was meeting us for lunch yesterday. I was like, it looks like he's been up for a month or two, and he's only been like a week or so.
Yeah, well, it's been a month.
Been a month
Six.
since he's had
A
the
month on
surgery.
6.
Yeah.
Because you look like you're moving pretty good.
Yeah.
I was surprised too because I walk her for about 2
I think
weeks. I
that's
did a
the-
cane and I get tired of the cane. I did use the cane in the air or the wheelchair in the airport. That's an experience.
Did you feel old?
Oh yeah.
But we got on first. That was kind of like,
They'll take you everywhere you have to go.
that's right. So we
funny.
were like,
All more always give me heck about not putting my foot in the stirrups, whatever you call it. I can't.
Yeah.
So I gotta handle on everything going by. But,
Yeah, I can't lift it.
yeah.
What do you guys got planned for the day?
nothing
You've
really.
already done your work, and
It's too hot to do
It's
anything
too hot to be
outside.
it is
outside.
pretty warm.
Yeah. It was 94 when we left the house.
You should go to. I saw that movie. Laura and myself went and saw a movie, Nike. It was about like how Michael Jordan made Nike what it is, kind of
Oh,
thing.
yeah?
But it didn't really show a lot about him. It was all about the guys in Nike and how they came up getting him to be on a sponsor. It was a pretty good movie. So go to Cinna Bistro, have a couple cocktails.
Yeah.
Get an Uber ride home.
Well, we drove here, so
Yeah.
I don't know. We're got to go to Walmart and get a few things. And
We almost brought the dog.
You could have.
she's like, "You want?" I said, "I don't know what we're going to get into, and
Yeah.
if we go eat
Oh
lunch
yeah, because
somewhere,
you're locked to go. Something else.
you know."
Then
And
we
I
bring a
said,
stroller.
"But I didn't want the dog barking if we were, you know."
Yeah.
So
Here, want to be on it.
Yeah.
Because Bo, if I have Bo here, he wants to jump on my lap.
Oh,
You know, I'm
Yeah.
doing a podcast. He's done that before, so. I'm like,
But yeah, well, hopefully I can get you some people to come. Just
No.
as well, we don't want everybody to come to Venice. Then it's
Yeah.
going to be more populated.
Yeah.
So I told her, I was like,
I mean,
like,
I get to Venice Beach in 10 minutes now. I don't want to take 20 minutes because there's people in my way. You know.
How are you guys handling the traffic?
It ain't bad in
"No,
Venice.
not Venice."
We don't have
I
it.
mean,
The worst traffic is right in front of our place. That's why we have the gates to go out, and we can get out on Center Road.
The back
and,
way.
Yeah, and then we get a red light there, and
but we're on the 41 bypass, and when we first started looking at the place, remember how horrible it was?
oh,
Oh my
my
gosh,
gosh,
when they
all
were ripping
that
all the roads
out.
construction.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But now it's all done.
Nice.
You know, we didn't come down for a few months, and then all once, boom, it's done. It's like,
Glad
wow,
you
this
brought
is
up the
great.
hurricane. I wasn't
Now
gonna
you
bring
can
it up because I
beat
didn't
them
know
all
if
Yeah,
you
no,
wanted
yeah,
to-
definitely.
People
Because I
Well,
didn't
that's
know
why
what
you-
you kind of content you wanted. So,
Oh yeah, we could.
but at least it's real. I mean, I'm telling people.
That's
what's
exactly
real.
what it is. You know,
Yeah.
people. You know, you always want to tell them the negatives, the things that people mostly worried about:
Mm-hmm.
alligators, hurricanes, stuff like that. So, you know, I have a couple of my past clients are going to interview with us, and they're in the process of purchasing, but they have to talk about moving their money from Canada and moving down from
Oh.
Canada, and you know,
Yeah, it's
they
gonna
didn't
be
have
trouble.
vaccines, so how they got across the borders, and you know, and how they
that's
transfer
going to be a
the-
good story there.
how to transfer their business here.
Wow,
You know, all the stuff they went
that's
to.
a lot.
You know, they had to go pay like $6,000 a month rent. You know, for a small house. You know, and they had to leave. Their house was supposed to be done, but they had to move because it was coming into season. The $6,000 they were paying jumped to $10,000.
Oh my god.
What kind of house were they renting?
2-bedroom, 2-bath with a pool over in Lakewood Ranch for $10,000 a month in season.
Lakewood National.
Lakewood National.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's someone that's the hottest place around right now.
What's
Mm-hmm.
so? How much would that house sell for? If it
600,
600, and they could make
10,000 a month for 4 months.
I'm thinking I need to buy an investment property.
Yeah.
I have seriously been thinking
You
about
know
that.
what they
like,
have? You know what they have over there in Lakewood National, which is we just had to tell. The problem there is the fees are $800 a month because you have to be a part of the country club.
Oh,
But they're selling condos in there for $310, $315, $320.
that ain't bad.
The fees are $800, but they're getting $8,000 a month for 4 months because you can do month-to-month rentals in there. It's
Wow.
one of the only places in Lakewood Ranch you can do month-to-month because everything else is. But because it's a country club style and they have the condos, they got month-to-month in there, so you can rent January, February, March, April for $6,000-8,000 a month, and then the rest of the year, $3 month-to-month.
There's a house being rented. They just sold for like $950,000 in Esplanade
Mhm.
in Sky Ranch,
Mhm.
and they have it on the market for rent $7,000 for a 2,100 square foot home.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, we're getting. We have that townhouse up in North River Ranch. We're getting
Yeah.
$2,500 for.
About
That
so
sounds
many
pretty
months-
low compared to the rest of these.
So many months,
Yeah.
or is that all year?
All year. We're a yearly rental.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's because it's a yearly rental. Yeah.
Would that be a pain to have a property that you rent month to month? Because then you've got to make sure everything's,
Well, you just hire a
Kept
cleaning
up.
company. Just hire a cleaning
Yeah.
company to come and do it.
Well, and if you got to get it approved by the HOA board every month, that could be.
yeah, I
Yeah,
would
but-
rather rent to someone.
Well, it just depends what your goals are, because a lot of people like
Yeah.
getting the Airbnbs, right?
Mhm.
But then that Airbnb situation is every 3 or 4 days, you got to get somebody to clean it, do everything else. But that's why they charge $300 a day.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
so
also
it's all.
changing the rules on that. Did you see that?
I haven't seen the changes
Yeah,
yet.
I heard on the news this morning for Florida. Florida's cracking down on them because you got to be able to be contacted 24 hours a day. Yeah, if we own one in Ohio and somebody's down here,
Mhm.
because if somebody's having a party, they're going out there and all over the streets and drinking and getting loud and stupid, then they want to the
Yeah,
fines
homeowner
come
has to be
out.
available.
That's the that's one thing I wouldn't want to rent to some. I mean, I think if you had something in Lakewood Ranch and you're paying $6,000 a month or whatever to rent, you're not going to be doing that kind
No,
of stuff.
no.
I wouldn't think so.
Imagine doing that down in our place, as quiet as it is at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, they
we-
get
we
thrown
go
out.
and do our
Yeah.
stuff,
You
but I
wouldn't
mean,
be
that was
allowed. Yeah, you
golf
can't.
carting it around, but I mean, can you imagine a radio being? She wanted a radio on the golf cart, and I was like, not here.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I'm telling you, when it gets dark,
That's
They
it.
roll up. They're all inside.
lights
I mean, there
down,
might be a
everything.
couple of people out. The other night it wasn't even quite dark yet, and this lady was already had her house coat on and walking.
Yeah.
I'm like, seriously, lady? It's like,
For fuzzy flippers.
yeah, it's
fuzzy
like not
slippers.
even 9 o'clock, and
Yeah.
you're. I'm like,
Is it 55 plus or
yeah,
not?
Yeah.
55 plus, yeah.
I can't say too much because I was in bed about 9:30. So, but I
But you
usually
get up real
at
early.
4 o'clock. Yeah, I usually get up at 4. I was up at 4 this morning.
These people don't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, unless they still work, I don't know.
Well, you could be the party house. You can go ahead and start tiki
Yeah.
torches and going at 9 a.m. Just start it up.
Well,
There you go.
oh, when you get a crowd,
Yeah.
you notice the place has got 4 or 5 golf carts. out.
Yes. Yeah. You could get that going.
That's the
But all the
parties.
snowbirds went home, so that
Yeah.
narrowed it down a lot.
Yeah.
Spanish Point, is that the one that you were trying to think of?
The restaurant?
Yeah, the one that's
Yeah, we've
Yes.
been. Yeah, we.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we've
there's the
sneaky tiki. Yeah, we were there last time we were here.
And they have a live band that I heard was pretty good. Friends of mine went Daiquiri Deck, the one just before you get to Siesta Key.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
two
the one in
party.
South Siesta Key.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have like live musicians.
Yeah, they were there and
come
we
out.
played.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like they did in down on the other down on Siesta, down on the village.
Village.
Like they did Scott.
Siesta
I think they do
Village.
the same thing up there.
I think after COVID, they utilized a lot of the outdoor space here. That's what made Florida so lucky because
Yeah, we had a lot of outdoor.
Yeah.
we could
Yeah.
do that. So
And that's what I like when I go to eat at a restaurant. I like the outside. I like to sit outside, not for lunch.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. Yeah.
But for dinner, you know, and
Where'd
I
we go the
view.
other night? Along Mock River, remember?
Oh, Snookhaven.
Snookhaven.
I'm trying to think what night and what did
Yeah.
we
It
do?
got destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was water like that deep in the
Do you
place.
like that atmosphere?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kinda
Yeah,
cool.
it's
Some of
alright.
the bugs
They're
are
very
quite-
limited, like with drinks, but they're there's a lot of fish.
Tile company behind me.
Oh,
There's
okay.
other stuff.
On,
You
with
can go
their
on banjo
with
and-
their
It's very casual, yeah.
forklift.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they hit the wall.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
wouldn't be good while you're doing a
No,
podcast.
this is
Yeah, that was
We're having an
that was
earthquake in
going on.
Florida.
Did you hear it? Did you pick it up?
not too much, no.
It was for a while.
Yeah,
I didn't hear it.
I did.
Yeah.
I was like,
Of course, I was talking a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Kick a lot of that out. Though.
Yeah, we could
that's
take it
what
out.
Podcasts are all about, talking.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
So.
we-
It went well. Very informative. Good job.
thank
We'll
you.
take some pieces and
Sit here.
yeah.
I'm used to talking in front of
Oh,
people,
yeah.
so.
Well, once your friends up north, they'll see they're like, "Well, Jeff didn't say much."
I wonder why. Probably does all the talking.
You guys will work with because you
Yeah, we know the cave. We know the McCabe's. You know, we know how that goes. That's how it is. I think it's the opposite of me though. I'm the talker. My wife's kind of like, yeah, Dan, right?
Because we're salespeople.
Exactly.
Salespeople talk a lot.
Exactly. Trying to get the information. Trying to get the information. Let's go. What can we do
Yeah,
to help?
that's why I did all the stuff when his mom died. He's like, here, take care of this, do this, do this, do this. So I'm used to doing stuff. I'm like, whatever. I don't know.
Gets done. Well, I get antsy if things don't get. No. If I put my dishes in the sink, that's a different story.
I take care of everything around the house. So
Yeah.
she's working all the time.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll change soon. Hopefully get my business sold. And
Are you looking at selling it?
yeah, I'm already got a buyer. So
Oh, good.
Hopefully
Do you have to
everything.
finance them, or are you
I'm
trying not
actually
He's our
wanting to
tax guy.
finance them.
to? Oh, okay, because it helps your taxes.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah,
He's
I
our
want
tax guy.
Yeah, it's our tax.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
it
that
goes
kinda
on.
helps.
He wants to put the insurance agency in with his taxes, so he also owns the Rusty Keg, which is the busiest restaurant in our town.
Nice.
And all this is in one building. And
Yeah, if he gives you a little pop up front and then finance it, that's great.
yeah,
That's what he wants to do for
Yeah.
so many years. Then.
That's
so,
great.
Yeah, so I want like a chunk up front, finance, monthly payments, and then a chunk at the end.
Nice balloon.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry about these. I did these on a 5-year balloon with the
Yeah.
30 years, 30
Yeah.
years, 30-year amortization.
so this will be
Helps your tax structure too.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have it. It's definitely not gonna be 30 years. It's gonna be a lot
Now, are
shorter.
you going to open another business or anything when you do
Nope.
that? You're just
Nope.
gonna.
I never want to own another business again.
Yep.
I never want employees again. Never want to deal with them. Nope. I just want to do stuff on my own. I just want to do the travel, and I
You can
found
go
some
rent a-
photography places you can put pictures online to sell
Mhm.
and stuff. So
You can go sit on the beach and rent lawn chairs.
I was gonna say, that's what I'm saying.
There you go.
There you
How
go.
about killer tan?
yeah, there you go. Something I could do on the beach. So I said I just want to be a professional beach bum when I grow up. So,
Nice.
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't really want to.
And then she'll start shooting photos, and then she'll have her own little shop down on Venice and selling her photos, and then she'll be back in business again.
Your office is at the beach. So.
There you go. My office is the beach.
Just sit on the side of the road and make those little straw characters that people make on the side of the road.
Sort
I
of
got too
bar.
much arthritis
Yes.
in my thumb for that.
Sort of
Someone
bar.
who does the coconut
Yeah.
pieces.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's still working on it. She might have them in for a podcast.
Oh yeah.
You.
Who me?
Yeah.
Who, me?
No, what are you talking about?
No,
No.
She's a
Coconut
director.
lady.
She
Coconut lady.
Coconut lady.
Remember her?
Coconut lady.
Yes, yes.
Speaking of coconut.